I'm learning Chinese, and here are the top 5 tools that I've used so far, including apps, audio lessons, TV shows, and some incredible books that I just discovered a few months ago that have made reading Chinese so easy. First off, Novli. This is the app I've been using the most recently. It's the best for reading Chinese characters because all I do is snap a picture of whatever I'm reading, and within a few seconds I have a digital version of the Chinese characters, the pinyin, and the English translation. I can tap on individual characters to see what they mean and hear the pronunciation. And right away, I can play the audio of the entire page as my phone reads it back to me. Having all of this built into one app saves me a ton of time and has really increased how fast I learn. It's great because I can learn the specific Chinese characters that are in the book of my choice versus just random vocabulary. And it's easy for me to get distracted when I'm learning, so reading something I'm really interested in keeps me energized and focused. I also love how easy it is to create flashcards in this app. For example, if I want to read a page in my book, but it has too many characters that I don't know or I don't recognize, no problem. I take a picture of the page and quickly create flashcards for all of those characters that I don't know. Then, the next time I'm reading and I flip to that page, I'm familiar with the whole thing. This saves a ton of time, it keeps me focused, and it makes it really easy to learn those specific characters. For me, it was just so frustrating to pick up a book in Chinese and not even to know where to start. But now, I just snap a picture and start reading. Number 2, Mango Languages. My favorite part about this app is that it's completely free with a library card and a participating library. And once you log in, you have access to over 70 languages. I like that the lessons are set up as interactive conversations. So by the end of each lesson, I can understand and start to speak the full conversation, which is definitely useful. And I like how the conversations use a lot of spaced repetition that's built right into the conversations, so it's easy to review the vocabulary and the phrases that I've just learned. It also includes short cultural notes about the history or culture, which has broadened my perspective and helped me understand the language and culture overall better. It does the same thing for tricky grammar as well, like explaining where it comes from and the logic behind why you say things a certain way. And this has been great when I don't understand a certain sentence pattern or a grammar rule. And with Mango Languages, I love that I can download lessons or even whole units to study offline. Number 3, audiobooks. Sometimes I'm not looking for a quick 5-minute lesson. I just need something that I can push play on once and listen to for 2 hours. This could be on a long drive, on my walk, or when I wind down before bed. I like the listen and repeat format, which is why the audio lessons from Pimsleur have been a great fit for me. I listen to these for free on Libby, but you can find them on other book apps or check them out from your local library. I like these because each book is several hours long and it has tons of phrases that you can hear and learn and listen and repeat. This is extremely helpful for me and my listening comprehension and improving my tones and accent when I speak. I've listened to these books way too many times to count and can tell that my comprehension gets better each time around. The initial lessons are mostly in English with a little Chinese, and then they progress to where almost the entire lesson is in Chinese. I like these because I can turn them on anytime and listen and repeat the phrases over and over again, and after I've heard them a dozen times, they're really easy to remember and say correctly. Number 4, books. I really prefer reading real books whenever I can versus reading on my phone. And these are the books that I discovered just a few months ago that have made reading Chinese so easy and really enjoyable. And I wish I would have found these a lot sooner, but I didn't even know they existed. I think one day I was just complaining to my wife about how reading Chinese seemed impossible. And then she found these for me. And seriously, they are the best for learning to read Chinese as a non-native speaker. They start on an easy level with 10 short books where each book uses the same pool of 60 characters, and then they build up from there, adding more and more characters with each level. And I love this because they're divided into achievable sections where after just a few hours of study, I can read an entire book at that specific level. There are 14 levels, and by the end of level 14, I will have learned 3,000 characters, which is a huge milestone and means I could understand like 99% of daily written Chinese at that point. I started a few weeks ago and I'm already on level 6, and I'm surprised how fast I'm getting through these and how I can actually pick them up now and read the entire story through, all the way through, without looking anything up. It's amazing. Number 5, Google Translate. When I come across words or phrases that I like, that are unique or I haven't seen before, I like to save those to Google Translate where I can easily find them again and review them later. This is super simple and is a great way for me to save all the new or random things that I'm learning in Chinese every day. I used to write everything down in a small notebook when I was learning other languages, but have found that especially with Chinese, this is a better method for me. That way everything is digital and I can quickly save phrases and vocabulary, even though I can't write them down much in Chinese yet. And of course, just studying from apps and books hasn't made me totally fluent yet or speak fluently, so I'm listening to as much Chinese as possible and speaking Chinese anytime I can just to practice. One TV show that has helped me learn a lot is Peppa Pig, where I can find episodes in Chinese on YouTube. And this show is great because it's based on daily routines and common scenarios where I can learn lots of casual spoken phrases along with the related vocabulary. There's also a narrator that explains some of the details regarding the scene or the characters as the show progresses. And each episode includes familiar phrases from the previous episode, as well as new phrases and vocabulary that are relevant to that current storyline. It's easy for me to understand what I'm hearing because I can see the subtitles in English, Pinyin, and Chinese. And a lot of the same phrases are repeated over and over and over again, so I start to catch on quickly, and that spaced repetition helps me remember the new things that I'm learning before they slip away. I found that the first time I watch, my brain feels like it's just warming up and I can only understand a small percentage of the show. But the second time through or the third time through, I can understand at least twice as much. And learning Chinese has been harder than I thought, but these tools have helped me learn better and learn faster. And I know there are so many resources out there. So if you know of something else that's great for learning Chinese, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.